It's not all doom and gloom. Clean your room. No, I don't know. I don't know what this video is. But it's not all doom and gloom. Everything is okay. It's really not. It's really not. Um, it's really hard to like exist as a person who's different in today's society. Um, but just keep on going, keep on trucking, because you'll come out the other side a stronger person, um, a more damaged person, but stronger in other ways. Um, you will get trauma, but like you'll overcome certain boundaries. There's a means to like going through hardships and overcoming them, and staying through, even in circumstances where you might not think that might make it out of it. There's a means to like live and sustain yourself, because like if you do that and you survive it, there's a reason to be here. Um, I feel like a lot of people give up or get like suicidal, and um, they get depressed, and they feel like everything's hopeless, and they start supporting things like euthanasia and wanting to be put to sleep. But I've been there. I've been down that road. There were points where I was in the hospitals, the mental hospitals, begging for the patients and the hospital staff there to put me out like a light. Crying and saying there was nothing to live for. There was no reason to keep me alive. That like I was at my wit's end, and I was begging and pleading to be put to death. I was told by staff there that that's where things are heading. That they're eventually in the future they may be able to do that, and I feel now as like someone who's not in the hospital anymore, somebody who's recovered, that like that sort of like ability to like let the state euthanize you when you're in a state of depression or despair. I don't think we should be necessarily condoning that, because it's a huge like there's a lot of factors that go into like why somebody might be feeling that way. And like me as somebody now who's survived like leagues of like things, and like many like things in my life that have gone awry, that I've overcome and been able to survive and like still be here. I'm glad that I am still here, is what I'm trying to say, is that like I'm glad that like there wasn't a point in my life where I was so sad or so miserable and depressed to where that like a doctor may have taken advantage of that and put me to sleep. Like I live life now, and I even though I may not feel as good or happy as I was like 10 15 years ago when I was like 16, like cuz I was a lot happier when I was 16, but it's just it's more it's better to live my life now. I'm not in a state where I want to take myself out. And like 2 or 3 years ago, I would have never have thought that I would be in a state where I am now, where I feel empowered. Um, and I feel like a lot of people who are massively depressed and massively suicidal can pull themselves out of it after like a decade. Like, cause like it took me a decade. It took me a decade to get out of that mentality. Like it took me a long time to like get over suicidal ideation, and stop making attempts. It took a very long time to get to where I'm at right now with my mental health, but it's doable. It's doable for anybody, and for anybody who's out there who may like see this video, because I know I get like one straggler view on the longer videos. Like, the longer videos I upload don't get as much attention. But if anybody out there is like going through some struggle, or like is going through like some real hard times, or like is going like grieving, or like going through loss, like going through like any sort of like problem, like especially like if it seems like it's like toppled on top of each other with the events that are going on, because like sometimes you can have a stressful event, and then another stressful event, and then another one, and another one. It just like adds weight. So if you're in a situation like that where you feel like there's like no hope at all, I stress to you that with time it heals all wounds. You'll get scars, like there will be scars that remain, but like you can heal yourself. It's not impossible to like overcome certain obstacles and certain challenges in your life, especially if it's all at once. You like, a lot of people have the willpower and the durability to go through it, and I'm not saying that everybody does, but there are a lot of people who are capable of overcoming like certain struggles and with depression, and they just, it's like you gotta like persevere. Perseverance and perseverance and stoicism. I'd suggest reading into stoicism, because being stoic is very, it's a type of mentality that you can be in, to where you sort of like, I don't know, strengthen yourself over trauma, and it's just being stoic, like persevering. These are concepts, these are ideologies. But I feel like they've helped me in times of despair, is like reading into stoicism, and just trying to like persevere. I'm not trying to like sound like a repeating record, but I do think that like people can overcome their depression. I did. I know that just because I did, not everybody else can. But my story is rich. I've been through a lot of challenges. I've seen a lot of things. I've dealt with a lot of death. I've dealt with saving people's lives, and I've dealt with a lot of things, like that would mentally break a person. I've been a survivor of sexual assault 2 times. I don't know, there may have been a third time, but I don't know, because it was too far back for me to remember. I have many mental health disorders, diagnosed, over 5 or 6. I have some real problems mentally, but I've been able to like exist, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I've been able to keep going, and I've been able to keep myself alive. I've been able to take care of myself, and 3 or 4 years ago, I wasn't doing things like that. I'm not cleaning my apartment. I got evicted. I was homeless for like 4 months in the snow, and it really like made me like put myself into gear. I had to like live in a tent. I had to have no toilet. I had to have food that would go expire, because I had to have a cooler, and sometimes I wouldn't have ice. It was like there was a lot of stuff to being homeless that made me sort of like almost like become like a soldier in a way where I just I now like live way more responsible than I was before. I take better care of myself and my hygiene. Um, I, I've been doing like things that I necessarily wasn't doing before, and I know my story isn't the same with everybody, but I've been through a hell of a lot, and I feel like if I can do like all these monumental tasks that like were in my head as monumental tasks, like I feel you're capable. You're capable of overcoming like your depression. I feel like if you take care of yourself, if you listen to what your body is telling you and listen to your mind and do and like are self like sort of self-critical, and not too self-critical, but like analyze like the thoughts like that you're having in your head that may be negative. And one of the things that like you can do is positively reinforce yourself. And this is a thing that I've done myself before, and it can really make your mood better. It can make your whole day better. And it's if you're, instead of talking negatively about yourself in your head, you just start talking positively about yourself in your head. Because like a lot of people talk negative about themselves, and they self-critique. And I, as an artist and as somebody who's in the art community, I've noticed a lot of artists critique themselves in their own art. So your own biggest critique. You're your own biggest critic. So instead of like critiquing yourself, talk good about yourself. Um, like talk good about the things that you do good. Like give yourself like some credit. Because like some of you people don't give yourself enough credit at all. Um, a lot of you people like probably think like very negatively about yourselves, and I it's like I don't want you to think negatively about yourselves. I want people to be happy, and I just want people to feel good about themselves. So um I guess what I'm trying to say is like don't be too self-critical. Like I know I just said be self-critical, but be self-critical of the critique, like the negative criticisms. Like criticize your negative thinking voice. Like in like if you're being destructive in your own thoughts, like this is another thing. Like if you're being like extremely negative to yourself, like question those thoughts and be like, why am I even saying that? Like you can really change the way you feel about yourself, and like give yourself like almost like a confidence boost if you start thinking positively about yourself instead of negative. And I know I've been going on about this point for a while, and I'm gonna wrap the video up right now. um I just want to mention one more thing. I do all my videos in one take because I don't know how to edit. I hope one day I'm able to get like somebody to edit my videos and like make my videos pop more. But I don't know how to edit, and I just do everything in one take. I just pull out the phone, record, talk, and then I end it. So if there's any like stuttering or like staggering, it's because I'm not really writing anything out. And what I want to do in the future is read from a teleprompter, because I feel like if I were to write, because I'm a writer, and if I were to write out like the stuff that I have in my head, it would be more. It wouldn't be as cluttered as these videos are. It would be more prompt. But yeah, that's all this video's for, I guess. Hope everybody's having a good week. Hope everybody stays safe out there. Yeah. Peace out.